Any luck? There we
I
are.
see you. Hi. Hello.
How are
I'm
you?
sorry. This might be carnage because it's 7:30 in the evening and I've got my kids and I've got a
Oh,
dog.
I don't worry. Oh, good. I've just left the dogs downstairs now because they close the carnage here now.
Yeah, this one's chasing the cat. So she's sitting here and I'm like, you
Oh,
sit here.
she's left.
So
Beautiful.
there you go. You can join in.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
You're gonna
Beautiful.
join in. A little sausage dog.
Yeah. Well, I was singing
Oh
Mark
my
got two.
God, Mark's got two, yeah.
Say hi. I got drunk on 2 glasses of wine and I let the kids get a sausage dog.
Oh,
She is now the
beautiful.
emotional support dog she didn't sign up for, didn't you? Didn't you? But
Lovely.
Brilliant.
hi.
Oh,
How long
good.
have I got you for, roughly?
Half hour. We got another interview at 8 o'clock now.
That's cool. I'll probably be about like 20 minutes. It gives you 10 minutes just have a breather, have a cup of tea, and just
Yeah,
Yeah.
right, that's cool. No worries.
back to back. But thank
We,
you
we
so
we tend
much.
to talk a lot. That's the only problem.
I know, I love that. I love that. Me too.
We'll
Okay,
just keep
I'll rein
going.
it in so you don't have to.
We'll invite the other. We'll invite the other party in as well.
But no, thank you. Thank you so much for meeting with me this evening. I really, really, really do
Thank you.
appreciate it.
No problem.
Late. I understand it's late. I just want a cup of tea in bed now.
I
Okay,
know.
so I'm just going to jump right into the questions and you just answer however you see fit. Okay.
Sounds good.
Here, round of
Or
applause.
choosing a time to have a coffee and fit in the background. Okay, so the album March of the Gods is due for release in April and available for pre-order now. Doing your little plug there. What can listeners expect to get from the album?
Go on, Pete.
Right. This album is everything we've wanted to write and record from, well, personally, from a young age when I started music. This is everything that, as a band, we've just put everything into it: blood, sweat, and tears, finances, everything we've got, everything's gone into it.
Yeah.
We absolutely love it. It's we I don't think we could even better it at the moment. It's everything that we can do, and we just absolutely fanatical about it. We can't stop listening to it still. It's not even released. So we're
Yeah.
a bit sick of it,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah,
No, you know, don't
I was
lie.
gonna say, I feel like we received it in September, and I've probably listened to it every single day, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
Love
It doesn't get boring. It doesn't
That's
get boring. It's amazing.
it's a culmination of work, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like the first album, we didn't really know where we were, what was gonna go on with it. We had a good response to it, and everything went really well. And this album, we've learned a lot. We've taken from the stuff from the first album that was wrong, and we've kind of put it all together. Like this is the best sound that we've got. I don't know if you've heard the album, but I mean it's ten songs. Every song is different. Every single song is different. It's all King Kraken, but it's all different. There's some metal songs in there. There's some rock songs in there. There's a ballad in there. You know what I mean? It's a lot of it's a
like there's
lot.
my
It's,
favorite track in it. I might have worn this on purpose. I might have worn this on purpose. That's my favorite track.
I
Brilliant.
love it.
I was like, oh, I know what I'm gonna find. My favorite track.
He is the chainsaw savior.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I should actually say what it's called. Should I? Oh, look at my top. There's like a dead guy, half dead guy. Yeah, Chainsaw Saver. That's my favorite track on the album. I
Awesome, man.
absolutely love
Oh,
it.
no. That was actually the last song that we wrote, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It was, yeah.
it was
Yeah.
the quickest one we wrote as well.
Yeah. Time was sort of running out just before the recording. We was like, "Oh, should we write the last song, guys?" And we were like, yeah, okay." And it was just happened, you know. It was
Oh, I'm
brilliant.
so
We love
glad.
it.
Yeah, well, it was Mark. Mark's had that chorus going for about 2 years, I think it's roughly been. So yeah, he came in to practice and he was like, "Right, boys, I gotta leave early today. This is the chorus. I want to sing the chorus like this. Write the song around it." So he left and we wrote the song without him.
Bye.
So
I
yeah,
love it.
it literally was done in one practice. Within like 2.5 hours, it was done and finished, and we were like, "Oh, okay, cool, happy days."
But I think
So
sometimes that's the best. And it's like you said, like with the album, it's music that you love to listen to. Like you've
yeah,
listened to it non-stop. And I think that's the key to it, isn't it? There's no point in making people music for other people. You've got to make what you want to listen to.
Yeah.
It's not
Exactly.
100%. Yeah. I mean, like I've always been a big fan of metal. And this is where I think all of our influences come from. It's like we've always been a fan of metal. We've always been a fan of rock music. We've always been a fan of like other ballads and all the songs and this, that, and the other. And I think we've always had like that sort of blues element to our music and all the rest of it. So Hero, which is our next single now, is like a chilled blues track. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's something we haven't done before. You know what I mean? It's we're quite nervous actually as to how it's going to be received because it's a bit difficult because it's like we've never put something out this like it feels a bit vulnerable.
You
Really,
get
doesn't
out.
it?
You set
Wait.
up your melodic
Wait.
blues.
Yeah, we're waiting for the backlash.
Yeah,
Say
yeah.
that again. Sorry, I spoke
We
over
wait-
you. Say that again.
Sorry, we're waiting for the backlash. It's like, oh, why are you doing this? You know.
It's been King Kraken. What the hell?
Not Princess Kraken, you're King Kraken.
what I like about our music is that no matter who I show the album or the first album or whatever, whoever I show any music to, everyone picks out what they think that the band sounds like, and it's always someone different.
Yeah.
Everyone says, "Oh, yeah, that sounds like X," and then it'll be just like, "Yeah, I never heard that," but yeah.
I think the funniest thing was when we were recording the video for Hero, and our videographer Jay Hillier said to Mark, "At some point, you sound like Tom Jones."
Oh, because you're Welsh.
Yeah. It was hilarious. It was just really funny. Like, but the best part about it is like is Tom Jones for
Yeah.
Mark used to do covers of karaoke of Tom Jones as well. So
we made
followed
him.
you everywhere. It's funny.
We made.
Can
made him do one on the weekend and put it online.
Can you do a cover? Can you do a King Kraken Tom Jones cover?
Well, kind of. I don't know if we can do it. Mark,
I think you can. Who says you can't?
Sex bomb.
Okay, please can you? Please can you?
Oh
Thanks.
God,
That's a
imagine
request.
that.
Okay,
We'll
question.
send it on.
Can you do it, please? Okay, question two. Okay, you have a tour coming up. How excited are you on a scale of 1 to 10? And if I went to a King Kraken gig, what carnage could I expect to be met with?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think I'm really I'm excited because it's the only ever full tour that I've done with a band. It's probably the same for you guys.
Yeah,
I don't think you've done it either. So it's our first headlining tour. What you can expect, I think there's only one way of finding out. You better come and see us.
I'm going to. Okay, that's fine.
I think in May last year we played Station 18 Festival, okay? And we had balloons come from the ceiling, and in the song Haddonfield, we pulled the plug and all the balloons came down, right? So these balloons were Krakens, right? And it was absolutely one of the wildest things I've ever seen, right? So all the balloons came down and they all hit the ceiling back up like that. And we were like, what the hell? Because people were just going nuts, smacking them about, fucking throwing their pints around everything. It was great, it was.
Metalheads and balloons, as well as metalheads and beach balls.
Yeah.
Metalheads and the Venga Boys. It's like, in it.
It was
honestly, I think that was one of the most memorable things that I've ever seen. Outside my kids, I think that was one of the best things. One of the best things I've ever seen, honestly. I remember getting up in between one of the songs and just filming just the crowd. And then just being like, yes, boys, finger, like fist bumping the boys. Like, yes, come on. Like.
I love that. Is there going to be balloons on this tour?
Yeah, probably only at the album launch, sadly.
Okay.
It's going to be a bit difficult to take them all around the country.
It literally took my partner and I took us about 4 days to get the balloons together. There's just few hundred balloons was just mental,
Yeah.
absolute mental.
But it was absolutely worth it, wasn't it? Because it was one of the best memories I had of.
The funny thing is, because we made them into Krakens, so we had the head and the legs and the faces on them, and people still have them, so that people are still taking photos of their deflated Krakens. I think one of them is still sort of a little bit.
It's
sort
still
of
got a bit of air in
inflated,
it,
isn't
isn't it?
It's from last May.
Did you blow them up with your breath, or did you use them? I'm just trying to work out if this is cute or weird.
We use a machine to do it. It's like a balloon machine. Yeah,
that's good. You weren't the balloon machine. Okay, that's good. And the album launch, that's in Swansea.
Yes,
that's right.
The album
Look at me in my memory.
Yeah.
Okay, so you played on the EMP stage last year at Bloodstock. How did that feel?
It was awesome. It was amazing. We tell people that we were on just before Clutch, but Clutch were on the main stage and we were on the smaller stage. Timing
You don't
wise,
say what stage. Sorry, I'll cut out the EMP bit. And just, you played on stage. Sorry.
So they came like kind of came on as we were finishing, but we always tell people, "Oh, we played before Clutch." I was just we were on a completely different stage, but never mind, you know.
We did play before Clutch.
It was a mad day, that was, wasn't it? Because we got there. I think we got there like 10 o'clock-ish, I think. And we went into VIP and we did a few interviews in VIP, and then we came out of VIP. And as we went to look at the main stage, our advertising video came on. So like advertising like our Christmas show, which was just in December just now, just came on the big screens, like, and we were like, "Oh my god, this is unreal!" Like, I went to look at the EMP.
Hold on.
Don't worry about the dog.
I'm like, it's going to go in a curry. Hold on. Where are you? 2 seconds. Sorry.
Don't worry, it's fine.
So it was on the main stage. Did you say that you could see the whole thing? Like
yeah. And you know, I think at that point I can't remember I think it was Nervosa with the first band on, and it was on just before they came on, and we were like, "Oh my god, there's like 10,000 people watching on video here." It's like, "Oh my god, this is crazy!" But yeah. I mean, like the biggest crowd we've ever played to is like 2,500 people, but to see it in front of like, you know, it was like you know, download level stage, like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh my god, this is unreal.
It was so surreal, wasn't it? It was just, oh my god.
Yeah. And then like as Rick said, is the thing was like we were there, and then all of a sudden Clutch were on after us playing the tunes that we love. You know what I mean? Like, because all of us are big Clutch fans. We were all like, yes, come on, like.
Yeah, but even playing that EMP stage, like because it's as you know, it's in between the two main stages. Mm-hmm. People just walking past and just magnetized coming towards us, and we just had a crowd outside the tent. Everything was packed in almost in a 360-degree circle around the tent. It
was rammed, absolutely rammed. Yeah, it was.
Like, how do you go back to normal life and put out your bins and stuff after that? Do you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
I actually said to our manager today, like, I'm struggling without gigs at the moment, because our last gig was what was it?
27th.
Actually, it's from Florence Black, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But I think we decided to end on the 21st. We went to Manchester and played with Absolver. And then I was looking forward to a bit of downtime. And then like January's come around and I'm like, oh my god, man. Like, what am I doing with my life? Like,
it's like depressive, isn't it?
I speak to my missus again. Like, what is this about? Like,
so, who is this woman in my house?
Yeah. Usually she just passes me food, like, and that's it.
I was listening to like Justin Hawkins' podcast. I was listening to that, and it was just this whole thing of like, you know, James Hetfield has to go home and like put his own bins out. Well, he probably has someone else put his bins out. It's like, how can you play out on a massive stage and all that massive high? And you literally do have to go back to real life.
Yeah,
I know.
I can remember when we played Birmingham O2, right? We played the HRH event up there. and I had to drive straight home. Okay, and I came off stage, chucked my stuff, threw my stuff in the car because we didn't even have a van back then. Like, threw my stuff in the van. I was high as a kite, right? And as I'm driving, I could feel my shoulders lowering, like and like half falling asleep, like oh.
It's just worn off. That's it.
Yeah,
Adrenaline has gone.
the adrenaline was just wearing off, and I was like, oh, I was just thinking lower and lower, like.
It's the worst feeling, though, isn't it?
Oh,
It's the worst feeling, just laying there looking at the ceiling and like, because your adrenaline levels are so high. It's an awful feeling.
Yeah.
And then you wake up
looking in the mirror. Don't you know who I am?
and you wake. I know. You wake up in the morning just aching as if you've sort of run a marathon, and it's like, now I got to unload the car.
Now I need to get someone to do it for me. That's it.
It was a starter yesterday. Look at me now.
I know.
Look at me now. It's like sitting there in your pants, isn't it? Like a toast or whatever. Being like, oh,
plucking your chest hair, like.
oh, that's it. All my pinheads in the car in my thing. I'm like, oh yeah, they're like, I'm so low. Okay, so this one normally stumps people, but I think you got this right. How have you managed to adapt to the music industry now? Obviously, everything's been digitalized rather than the glory days of like CDs. You know, that's where you make your money. I spoke to like 2 members of the 500 last week, and they said that they were basically traveling t-shirt salesmen who make me.
It is all about your merch.
Yeah,
it literally is.
Yeah,
I think you know. I mean, the good thing is, like, luckily with us, I think we've always had good like art designs and all the rest of it.
Yeah, your merch is bad.
Yeah. So yeah, it's always been pretty good for us. I got to be honest. But I mean, yeah, it's a difficult time out there at the moment, and you know, like we've got a pre-order running now, like, you know, and it's like, oh my god, man, like, where do we stop the pre-order? Like, you know what I mean? How much have we got to put into this out of our own pocket, and what's that and the other? And because like you know, we're not a massive band, you know what I mean? We're not huge. You know, we still put into the band and all the rest of it for our own pockets and all the rest of it. And you know, we all work day jobs. You know, so it's a tough place to be at the moment.
It is.
But yeah, I think traveling t-shirt salesman is a pretty good description. I like that.
We do sell everything from bottle openers to chili sauce, though, so we're quite lucky.
And the beanies, I like the beanie hats.
Yeah.
But it is so. It's almost like the pro of it is kind of like I said, like, you've got day jobs, so it's like you can have your day job and you can still put in. You don't have to give up everything for that dream and for you know, the gatekeepers to go, okay, let's give you a chance. And you can have people in the depths of wherever listening to music, but at the same time, it's very saturated, and it's when you make it, you make it, but until then, that's
the thing. Music. Yeah, I think what you said there is perfect. Is like the gatekeepers of music is. It's just a difficult place to be sometimes, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like, and then, unless you're excited the interest of the gatekeepers, then it can be difficult.
Yeah, absolutely.
It can be difficult. I think that's a perfect way to describe it, to be quite honest.
It's difficult. It's all shit.
Yeah.
We're on fire, but we love music, so it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, you you know, having the right people talking about you is a massive thing. It really is. It really is, and you know, you don't realize sometimes how important that is. And I think, you know, it's great. Like luckily, like, we go to like all festivals and things like that, and this that, and the other. But I think if you're not putting yourself in the right places and all the rest of it, then unfortunately you ain't gonna go very far.
You've got to. It's I always say it's like chasing the bouncing ball, and like that's done it. And all of a sudden it starts. You know, you any opportunity, you've got to grab it. You got to grab it. You got to grab it, and
definitely
might go nowhere, might get somewhere. You just got to keep doing it.
And that is it. No matter how many times you get knocked back or whatever the case may be, is you. I think with us, I think we've got to the place now where we are like okay, like you said earlier on, like, you know, financially, we're doing pretty well, but, you know, we're getting to the point now where it's like, fucking hell, like, how much more money have we got to put into this now to make it work, and this, that, and the other, and yeah, it is really tough. It's a tough place to be at the moment. But like I said, on the other hand of that as well, we are doing really well. You know, we just got Stone Dead Festival and all the rest of it now, so, you know, that's going to be really good for us. 5,000 people, you know, in August now, so that's going to be really good. We've got, you know, Breaking Bands, which is practically sold out. Love Rocks Festival, which are like all smaller festivals, but they all add up, don't they? You know what I mean? It's all putting you in front of a new
Definitely.
audience, isn't it? And
You like it?
ultimately, that's what we want, is to be put in front of new audiences all the time. Like we kind of stray that rock metal sort of thing, you know what I mean? So we're like completely in the middle. That's what I see it. I know other people don't see it that way, but
Yeah.
yeah. And the good thing is we can put ourselves and we can play a lighter set or a heavier set, depending on where we are and all the rest of it. So it kind of is a good place to be, because we ain't just bottle-nosing ourselves in you know, one thing, like, type of thing.
Yeah. It's not you're like, I'm just screamy screams and this is it.
Yeah, yeah,
And that's what
yeah.
I really like. I like sometimes I'm in the mood for like screamy screams, that's it. I just don't even know what's being said. And sometimes a bit more melodic. So yeah, that's why I really like the album. I really, really like it. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for the music. I'm gonna break into
Thank you.
album.
Thank you. Yeah.
Goodness sakes. Okay. Okay, so the next question that I have, so you can feel free to answer this however you wish. It's just something that I find really important. So a massive part of the reason I do the interviews up with my work is that I think it's really important to know people behind the music. And every kind of fourth show, I focus on mental health. I kind of saw the Thousand Lights gig in Birmingham, and to see the impact that made is really, really important. And I think, especially in this day and age, everyone has some kind of struggle or has struggled. So I think it's important to every kind of like artist I speak to, kind of, have you ever struggled with your own mental health, or is there any kind of words of advice that you could give to somebody who maybe is struggling?
Me and Mark are mental health nurses, so yes. Yeah, so I work with older people, so like functional side and organic side, so like dementia and like depression and anxiety and all the rest of it. And then Mark is a drug and alcohol nurse, so you're kind of getting the best of both worlds type of thing, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, yeah,
it's not the best, because obviously there's a need.
Advice wise.
I just my Tism T-Rex hands up.
But yeah, like you said, there isn't a person out there who hasn't struggled. And if you
definitely.
I think, you know, if you are in a place where you're not struggling, you need to appreciate it, because there's plenty of other people out there struggling.
Yeah, and all I'll say is that you definitely do need to speak to someone, and don't bottle it up. It makes a massive difference if you can actually get anything that is worrying you or troubling you off your chest and into the ears of someone that will listen.
Yeah.
And whether that's friends or family is thing. Just don't be too proud to talk, or don't hold things inside too much.
Yeah. I think a lot of guys struggle to express themselves and speak to people. They sort of it's a girly thing type of thing. If you're saying that you're struggling, and it's not, you should be open enough to tell your friends or family that there's something going on.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's like so on the fourth show, when I do the mental health special, when people write in, it's always like there's that block. It's like you want to say something, you want to reach out, but there was literally like this physical thing stopping you doing it. And it's one of those that once you do talk, it does feel okay. It's not the end of the world. It's just people starting to do that, and people saying, you know what, I will listen, I'm here. Yeah,
I think that.
Well, yeah.
I think
just keeping me on my lap. Yeah.
I think that's the most important thing is it has to be seen as
It's okay.
yeah, it's okay. Like no matter whether you're male or female or whatever the case may be, no matter what you're thinking, what's going through your mind that is affecting it in any way whatsoever, you've got to be. Well, it could be that you're hallucinating. You need to tell people that you're hallucinating. It could be that you're taking too much drugs. You need to tell people about these things. And whether that's family or friends or whatever the case may be, and most of the time family doesn't sort of understand and makes things worse and this, that, and the other. You still got to get that out and talk about
it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a massive thing, isn't it? I mean, it really is. Like, it is a massive thing. It's so sad, like, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like, you see, you see your family, friends struggling and all the rest of it, and it's like, if the world was a different place and people were more open, like nobody would struggle. Like,
yeah,
all people were struggling way less.
It's okay.
If it wasn't
almost struggling is like, okay, I'm struggling. Like you'd just be like, okay, I'm sad, I'm happy, I'm struggling. It kind of normalizes it so that you can deal with it. Like rather it just building up and building up to the point that spirals. Yeah.
Or where it just explodes, like,
Yeah. So which gig are you going to come to, Verity?
The one in, is there one in Camden? Did I see one in Camden at the Dev?
It is, yeah.
I'll be in Camden at the Dev.
Drop us a line and we'll get you on the guest list.
Yes!
It's a free gig.
There'll be balloons.
It's a free gig.
Balloons.
Yeah,
we'll make you some balloons.
Should I be in the corner by the merch stand trying to help?
You can come and have a drink with us.
Definitely.
Yes, definitely.
Bring your dog with you.
Absolutely not. Absolutely, she is little dog. Look at those eyes. They're definitely right. Okay, so lastly, where can everyone hear everything about King Kraken? Are you on TikTok? Are you on Instagram? All that. This is kind of your chance to plug.
Yeah, we're on everything. We're on everything. Spotify, iTunes, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, or X, or whatever it's called. KingKraken.co.uk is where you can get all your tickets and all the rest of it, all your information, what's coming up, all the gigs, blah 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 blah. The pre-order. So if you go to Big Cartel /King Kraken UK.
I'll put the link on my thingy as well.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
Website,
yeah.
Happy
days. Right, you guys have got 3 minutes next one. Sorry, I promise you to break and tea. But I will absolutely catch up with you over message and work out seeing the Dev. But also, I'd really like to pick your brains at some point. I know you're super busy about the mental health stuff. I'd really appreciate that. I think you'd
awesome. Yeah. Just give us another message, man. We'll set up another meeting. It's no problem at all.
Yeah, I'd really appreciate that. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, get us on your show.
Thank you so much. Right, go on a 3-minute break.
See you soon, man.
I can never find the bloody exit button either. Right,
bye,
see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, I'm still not